Water is life, we all know this. It's a fundamental element that sustains every living being on this planet. From the smallest plants to the largest animals, water is the essence of existence. We see it in rivers and lakes, oceans and rain. These visible sources of water are crucial, but they are not the only ones we depend on. But there's another source of water hidden beneath our feet. Groundwater. This unseen reservoir is a lifeline for many communities around the world. This hidden water is essential. It supports agriculture, providing the necessary hydration for crops that feed millions. It also supplies drinking water to countless households. It keeps our wells flowing, our crops growing, and our cities alive. Without it, our urban and rural landscapes would be drastically different. But this precious resource is in danger. Over-extraction and pollution are threatening its availability and quality. Around the world, cities are facing a silent crisis. The demand for water is increasing, but the supply is dwindling. The groundwater they rely on is vanishing. This depletion is not just a rural issue. Urban areas are equally affected. In some places, the ground is sinking as water is pumped out faster than nature can replenish it. This phenomenon, known as land subsidence, can cause significant damage to infrastructure. In others, wells are running dry, forcing people to travel long distances or rely on expensive alternatives to meet their daily water needs, leaving people without enough water to drink. This scarcity affects not just daily life, but also health, hygiene, and overall well-being. This is a problem we can no longer ignore. Immediate action is needed to conserve and protect our groundwater resources for future generations. Imagine rain falling onto the earth. Some water flows into rivers and streams, some evaporates back into the air, but some soaks into the ground. This is how groundwater is formed. Underneath the surface there are layers of rock and soil. Some layers have spaces that can hold water like a giant sponge. These layers are called aquifers. Aquifers are like underground reservoirs, storing vast amounts of water. Cities need a lot of water. As cities grow bigger with more people and buildings, their thirst for water increases. This demand often leads to over-pumping groundwater. We are taking water out of the ground faster than it can be replenished. Climate change is another threat. It disrupts rainfall patterns, leading to more droughts in some areas. This makes it harder for aquifers to refill, putting even more stress on groundwater resources. When we pump too much groundwater, the ground can sink. This is called subsidence. Subsidence is a gradual settling or sudden sinking of the Earth's surface due to the removal or displacement of subsurface materials. The primary cause of subsidence is the over-extraction of groundwater, which is often used for agricultural, industrial, and domestic purposes. It happens because the water in the spaces between the soil and rocks provides support. These spaces, known as pore spaces, are filled with water that helps to hold the ground up. When the water is extracted, these spaces collapse, causing the ground above to sink. When the water is gone, the ground collapses. This process can be slow and gradual, or it can happen suddenly, leading to significant changes in the landscape. The effects of subsidence can be widespread and devastating. Subsidence can damage buildings, roads, and pipelines. The sinking ground can cause foundations to crack, roads to buckle, and pipelines to break, leading to costly repairs and potential hazards for residents. It can also contaminate groundwater, making it unsafe to drink. As the ground sinks, it can alter the flow of groundwater, allowing pollutants to enter water supplies and posing health risks to communities. In some coastal cities, subsidence is causing the land to sink below sea level, increasing the risk of flooding. This is particularly concerning in areas already vulnerable to rising sea levels due to climate change, exacerbating the threat of coastal erosion and storm surges. The good news is that we can still protect our groundwater. Groundwater is a vital resource that supports our ecosystems, agriculture, and daily lives. Without it, many communities would struggle to meet their water needs. We need to reduce our reliance on this precious resource, especially in cities. Urban areas consume vast amounts of water, and much of it comes from underground sources. By being mindful of our water usage, we can make a significant impact. This means using water more efficiently in our homes, businesses, and industries. Simple changes like fixing leaks, installing water-saving devices, and adopting water-efficient practices can go a long way in conserving groundwater. We also need to find ways to recharge our aquifers. Natural processes can take centuries to replenish groundwater. So we must actively engage in recharge efforts to speed up this process. This can involve capturing rainwater and allowing it to seep into the ground. Rainwater harvesting systems can be installed in homes and public spaces to collect and store rainwater for future use. We can also explore artificial recharge methods, like injecting treated wastewater into aquifers. These innovative techniques can help maintain groundwater levels and ensure a steady supply for future generations. The future of our cities depends on the choices we make today. Sustainable urban development and careful planning can help us create cities that thrive without depleting our groundwater resources. By understanding the importance of groundwater and taking action to protect it, we can secure a more sustainable future for generations to come. It's up to each of us to make a difference and ensure that our children and grandchildren inherit a world where clean, safe water is available to all.